let me ask you a question. In any family business, when you're making these types of decisions, there's always teams of mentors that are around you. Some will give you really good advice. Some will not give you advice. Some people who love you will give you the wrong advice because they don't want you to make a mistake. So how did you know when deciding to buy a second business for the family business, the family portfolio, that what mentors to listen to and what mentors not to listen to? I remember when I started an internet company with my brother and a buddy out of college, and we sold it 2 years after. And we actually hired a CFO that recommended that we do not sell the company. That would be the biggest mistake of our lives. We sold it, and it was a great thing for our lives, but because we knew the nuances that they weren't picking up, right? We knew the nuances, and we knew in our gut, regardless of what he said. So how did you know who to listen to and who not to listen to?
Well, I think we already knew because this wasn't our first rodeo.
Right.
I mean, the fact that we've already been, entrepreneurial and have already owned our own business, that we started, a little bit like we didn't start a business fresh out of college or even after our first job. We started this business after, our second or third jobs. And we went through a lot of that when we started Frameable Faces. So I think at this point, we kind of already know who we can go to and who maybe we shouldn't go to.
But did anybody tell you not to do it?
Yes.
And so how did you know not to listen to them?
So the person that said, you guys shouldn't limit yourself to vegan jerky. Don't do that. You're limiting yourself. That person is
right. They didn't say don't buy the business. They just said, but they were like, but don't just do a vegan.
Right. Who's going to do that? Well, there's a lot of people that will do that. And it's kind of like if you're not in that community, you don't really know.
Yeah.
So as long as you're surrounding yourself with like-minded people, then you will know that, okay, yes, I do think that this is a very viable option. I'm not going to do any sort of meat because I don't believe in that. So I'm not going to do it. And so I knew.
And that advice did not come from, somebody who hasn't, that advice did not come from somebody who had been giving us sage advice all along. The people who gave us sage advice all along are still giving us sage advice.
Yeah. You know your lane, you know who to reach out to. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Perfect.